ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. We're up for a very busy weekend of boxing, and I think my most intriguing matchup that I really want to see that can go different ways is Saturday in Texas at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. Now, this is a kind of fight that's kind of similar to Teofimo Lopez against Vasyl Lomachenko, the established star going up against one of the young guns, the newer generation. And Teofimo Lopez posted for upset, and kudos to him. He is now among the elite of boxing, and this is that sort of fight. Now, we've got a hard-nosed veteran, a 4-weight world champion in Leo Santa Cruz, 37-1, only one defeat, 19 knockouts. And he will be defending his WBA super featherweight title, or junior lightweight if you want to call it that, 130-pound division, against a young up-and-coming guy who's part of that new group of fighters. Lopez is now proven himself, and now we've got guys like Virgil Ortiz and Jaron Ennis at welterweight, Devin Haney at lightweight, and the other guy is, of course, Gervonta Tank Davis, a Floyd Mayweather prodigy. Now, Davis holds a secondary WBA regular belt at lightweight that will also be on the line, but this fight is going to be held at the 130-pound limit. Now, whether Davis is going to make a weight or not is a big $1 million question. At the time that I'm doing this now, it's still before the weigh-in, so by the time you're watching it, that question may be answered. But that brings us now to Gervonta Davis. You know, he hasn't put a foot wrong yet. He's won all 23 of his fights, all of them but one on knockout, so he's got 22 KOs. He's a big puncher. He won his first world title in 2017 with a real star-making performance. Battered and stopped Jose Pedraza on 7 rounds to take the IBF junior lightweight title, and that was a really great performance that looks better and better as time goes by. Of course, Pedraza moved up to lightweight, became WBO world champion, beating Ray Beltran, competed well in losing it on points to Vasyl Lomachenko. Right now, at this moment, he's competing well as a junior welterweight. So that is a win that really stands out on Gervonta Davis's resume, that really looks good. But from then on, it's been a sort of an hit and miss sort of affair, which is funny because he won all of his fights by stoppages, but in his second defense of his IBF world title, he lost his title on the scale. He just missed weight and forfeited the title. Then he regained a WBA version in the same way by stopping Jesus Cuellar. In his last fight in November of last year, he faced another veteran who's, albeit a little bit faded, former featherweight champion, Yuriorkis Gamboa. And the fight was at lightweight for his secondary WBA lightweight title. And lo and behold, in the heavier weight, Tank Davis had to take 2 trips to the scale to make weight. So that makes you wonder a little bit about his dedication. Now, in his fight against Gamboa, once again, I think I couldn't give Gamboa more than 1 round, maybe 2 tops. Davis won every round, but it wasn't his most impressive performance. He seemed a bit distracted and sluggish to me, and he was very trigger happy. He's a southpaw, and he likes the left hand in form of an uppercut or a hook, or sometimes even a straight to the head and body. He's very trigger happy with that punch. That's his best punch. But usually he sort of resembles, he's a puncher. You can go back, you can go forward, and he explodes and bursts. In a way, he's sort of reminiscent of a much smaller version of Mike Tyson. You know, he goes with those hooks and uppercuts, body head, and he takes guys out, and he explodes in these bursts. But in that fight, the combinations were missing. He relied on cranking this left uppercut all the time from a southpaw stance. And at one point in that fight, I also noticed he's sort of there in a semi-clinch, and as he's breaking, he's half distracted, looking here to the side of the ring. And Gamboa clocks him with a hard combination, and he takes it. He doesn't flinch. Gamboa couldn't hurt him. That also makes me wonder where's your head at. Now he's going to have to be on his P's and Q's, and he's going to have to be dialed in on Saturday, because he's not just facing anybody. But I think he realizes that, and the people around him realize that too. You know, if he can't get it together Saturday, then there's a big problem. because he's facing a much more experienced opponent, and that is Leo Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz's nickname is Terremoto, which translated from Spanish means something like earthquake. Now, 19 knockouts and 37 wins. As a junior lightweight, Santa Cruz is not really a puncher. You can't rely on that. But he throws punches and bunches. He's busy, he's pesky. He keeps coming at you, throwing punches to the head and body, and he's in your face all the time. You know, he puts a lot of pressure on you. And as he showed in avenging his only defeat against Carl Frampton, he can steady himself on his feet, hang back, and he can use his jab, and he can box. He can do that as well. So he does have some versatility, and he might need it on Saturday. You know, if he gets into Davis's grill and just starts working him over that perpetual forward motion that we're used to seeing from him, he could get into trouble when he gets caught with one of those uppercuts from Tank Davis. You know, that's a big danger, because Santa Cruz, he will have height and he will have a reach advantage over Davis. But yet, it's kind of like Usyk and Chisora also there in England. Davis is a shorter guy with a shorter reach, but he is the bigger man. He's a much broader, stronger guy. And Santa Cruz is a sort of string bean built about him. Now, he started his world title run as a bantamweight. He beat our own in South Africa, Vusi Malinga, for the IBF title. Couple of defenses, moved up, knocked out Victor Terrazas for the WBC, super bantamweight or junior featherweight title. Then moved up to featherweight, beat Abner Mares, one of his best wins. Mares, of course, also a freeweight world champion. That is a good win for him. And then his last fight, after he lost that belt to Carl Frampton, but he reversed that in a rematch, lost the majority decision, turned boxer in the rematch, won a majority decision. And I think Davis will be looking at those fights as well. You know, if he can get Santa Cruz to fight his usual fight, he can do a bit of what Carl Frampton did there in the first fight. So the big thing for me in this fight, if Davis comes and fights like he did against Gamboa, you will lose this fight unless he lands one shot and knocks out Santa Cruz. But I don't think he will. Now Santa Cruz, for his part, I think he'll do well with just hanging back, boxing a bit, wait for Davis to sort of tire out a little bit, then he can start working him over in spots. And he think that body will be a key to stop Davis's forward motion. I'm pretty sure Santa Cruz, he hasn't got the firepower to Davis. The big question is, can Davis hurt Santa Cruz? You know, Santa Cruz has never been knocked out, but he is definitely, as I've said, the smaller man. I think he's higher above his natural weight, where who knows what Tank Davis's weight really should be. So I do think that Santa Cruz might get ahead in the early going. He's going to give Davis some problems, cause him to set and reset. I think he's going to do more of a boxing thing and then go into his volume punching, swarming style a bit later. And Davis will have to cut him down. If he can't hurt Santa Cruz, I think he's going to have a very long, hard night in front of him, because he's going to have to land the more telling eye-clutch catching blows like Frampton did. And I wonder if he is consistent enough with his offense to do that. But I do suspect that Davis will have the ability to hurt Santa Cruz, and I think it will happen later in the fight. He'll land some well-placed body shots here and there. His uppercuts on the inside will tell on Santa Cruz. So I'm going with Gervonta Davis to eventually catch and hurt Santa Cruz and force a stoppage somewhere here around round 9 on round 10. You know, to also announce his arrival on the big stage, and perhaps in the future we can see Teofimo Lopez and Gervonta Davis face off for all the lightweight marbles. That would really be something. I think that's a fight that can't fail to deliver the action. But don't overlook Leo Santa Cruz. He's very live in this matchup. I just think Davis is the younger, fresher guy who is better at the weight, who is more, who's going to be the stronger guy. So hence, I'm going for Tank Davis to pull it off here. But I think it will be a terrific fight and a nice contrast of styles. So enjoy the fight there in Texas. Until we see each other again, keep those gloves up.